Hey eBayers, it's Suzanne A. Wells. Thanks for coming back for another video. And I wanted to tackle a question that is a seller controversy. Um, in my Facebook group a few weeks ago, someone posted about selling a family heirloom.
And just a side note before we go to the Facebook discussion, this cartoon says it all for baby boomers who are trying to downsize their own stuff, and they may have aging parents who have even more stuff. So you've got the aging parent on the walker there looking at all his accumulation of stuff from his whole life, saying, "One day, son, this will all be yours." And the son's like thinking, "Oh, great, then what am I going to do with it?" So I know baby boomers and even some Gen Xers are in this situation because I've worked with you all. This is one reason so many people in the baby boomer age group are coming to eBay is because they already have all the stuff, and they may be getting more as they help their aging parents either move into assisted living, move into a nursing home, they're passing away, move into their own home with them, whatever it might be. The stuff has to go somewhere, and you can't keep everything forever. So this is this is the world we live in right now. Is there's just way too much stuff in people's homes, and there's some kind of statistic about storage units being built and how now our big homes aren't even enough to hold all of our stuff, and it's just becoming this accumulation of things everywhere. So some of the things that you're going to have to contemplate selling are going to be, quote, family heirlooms, and they may not mean that much to you. So let's go take a look at the Facebook post. Okay, so Ella put this on my Facebook group, and she says, "I found this in a box of candles my mother-in-law gave me. It is probably a gift received by my husband's grandparents for their 50th wedding anniversary. This will be my first item to list. I'm not sure exactly what it's designed for. Does anyone have a good place to find descriptions of dinnerware? This piece is from Germany and made in 1976. I found one dish with similar designs on eBay, but it was a rectangular serving dish." So she's just asking, like, help me identify this item. And then the backlash starts underneath with all these comments. One lady says, who's left the group, "I can't believe you're going to sell something that belonged to your husband's grandparents. That's how we inherit family heirlooms, not selling them." And then Stephanie, the moderator, says, "This group is for and all about selling. We don't need to shame people for selling anything they want to." And Nancy agreed with her. Stephanie said, "Personally, I have sold many family heirlooms." Ella says, "We have heirlooms that are special to us. I think she would give me her blessing on starting this business with something of hers. There was also a picture of them in the box. I am keeping that." And then Nancy said, "I have also been in a position where I had to sell cherished possessions to pay the rent." I think a lot of people have been in that situation, me included. Stephanie said, "That was a gracious response, but be assured we do not stand for attacks in this group. I hope that someone is able to chime in, give you the help that you need." Okay, so no shaming. The owners of family heirlooms, whether living or not, would appreciate their treasured items going to someone else who would appreciate them if there is not a family member who wants the items. And then some more people start commenting. Ella said, "The dish isn't serving anyone stuck in a box of candles. I hope it finds a home with a happy couple who enjoys butter and cheese. That is its purpose." So I agree with that 100%. It's like if you've got something beautiful, something old, something interesting that is considered a family heirloom, and you don't have an appreciation for it. It's sitting in a box, it's sitting in a closet. You don't like that kind of art. You don't like that home decor. Whatever. You couldn't care less about the item. And it serves everyone better to have it go to someone that it can bring them joy, as Marie Kondo says. Don't keep it if it doesn't bring you joy. So everyone's on that bandwagon now. But then everybody starts answering what this is for. It's a butter or cheese dish. And so that was kind of how the discussion got started. But I feel like people coming to the group, to my group, and then the other group that I recommend called What is This Unusual and Antique Item Identification, asking what these things are so they can properly rehome them so that they can be loved and enjoyed if the person who owns it, who inherited it, or for whatever reason has it, is not able to use it. I think that's perfectly fine.
Okay, so as you can see, people are on the fence about should you sell family heirlooms on eBay or not. And I think it just all depends on the person selling it. Let me tell you what happened to me. Back in 2003, I had gotten a divorce and lost my job, and I started selling on eBay. About 6 months after that, my mom had hip surgery. And we realized it would be better for her to come live with me for a while. So I had room in my house. And so she moved in with all of her stuff from her whole life. So my basement was full of everything that I could either deal with now or wait until she passes away, whenever that's going to be. So we decided to work through the things then because we were together. I was learning eBay. I had a way to rehome these items. And she had so much stuff. She knew she would be moving again at some point, and she didn't want to have to move everything again. So we tackled it. And we came across a lot of things that nobody in my family wanted. They were, I don't know if I'd call them heirlooms. They were just things that we had had our whole life. As kids, you know, we remembered that thing. And so we tried to pass on some of it to my siblings. I have two sisters and a brother, and they just really weren't interested. They didn't want all these magazine clippings of things and old photographs and kitchen stuff and things like that. So we decided to sell them on eBay, and she was fine with that. You know, she's like, I can't take it with me, and if y'all don't want it, let's get it to somebody who does want it. So we started working through things. We found a box of hand embroidered linens that she had gotten for a wedding gift back in 1961. And a lot of them were unopened. They were just in packages, all these beautiful linens, placemats, tablecloths, napkins, all of that kind of stuff for, you know, people who entertain. And I don't entertain. I've done that. I don't want to do it. I don't like it. I want to be entertained. So we sold those actually on Etsy, and the people who bought them were thrilled. They're like, I've been looking for these. I love these. One lady had a company where she would do bridal showers, and she would go around to different people's homes and set up with all these beautiful vintage items. And it was exactly what she wanted for her business, and she was so happy. Another thing was our christening gowns for when we were babies. And my siblings didn't want them. And I don't want to be the person that's lugging around everything for the entire family for the rest of my life, because if they don't want it now, they're not going to want it later. And I'm just a big believer in just rehome it and let somebody who can enjoy it have this thing. It's just a thing. I can't take it with me either. So another lady bought a christening gown, and she just thought it was so beautiful. She was going to display it in her shop because she had a store that sold like kids clothing, consignment store, like Once Upon a Child or something like that. That wasn't the name of it, but and she just had a baby section, and she just thought this thing was so beautiful, and she wasn't going to sell it, which I really don't care if she did sell it. But these people who bought the things that were considered family heirlooms, they were thrilled. They loved them. It was exactly what they wanted. And so Yes, I have a few things that I've kept. I've got a wall of family photographs that are very dear to me. I love that. I have a Seth Thomas clock that was my grandmother's that they got as a wedding gift, like in 1921, something like that. And then we have a Red Riding Hood cookie jar that my brother has, and that's something we saw growing up. My mother gave it, yeah, my mother gave it to her mother in 1948. So we've got stuff in the family that are I would treasure and I would never sell ever. But there seems to be this backlash about selling family heirlooms is wrong, and I disagree 100%. It depends on the family. It depends on the person who has the item. How do they feel about it? Because you can't keep this stuff forever and you can't take it with you when you're gone. So I would just love some input from the reselling community or whoever this video reaches. What do you think about that? How do you feel about people selling family heirlooms on eBay? And let's have a discussion. So thanks for watching and have a profitable and productive day on eBay. Bye.